tonight on Size Eyes on the Skies.
Well, it has been a roller coaster of temperatures out there with storms earlier in the week and mid-40 degree temperatures. Right now we're holding steady at 59 degrees in Ames and 61 in Des Moines. I will let you know what to expect coming up in my full forecast.
Plus, Caleb is in the studio with your national forecast. All that and more as this Thursday, October 12th edition of Size Eyes on the Skies starts now.
It's Monday night on ISU TV, broadcasting live from Ames, Iowa. And this is Size Eyes on the Skies. ISU TV's longest-running television program brings you the weather from around the country to the heart of Iowa. The ISU Meteorology Department team of forecasters keep you ahead of the storm. From Iowa's most trusted weather team, this is Size Eyes on the Skies.
Welcome back to Size Eyes. I'm now joined by Anthony. Anthony, how are you doing today?
I'm doing pretty well. I'm glad it's Friday, or almost Friday, I guess, and the weekend. What about you?
It's been quite the day. Started out cloudy, but you know, the sun eventually came out, so that lifted my spirits a little bit. Definitely ready for the weekend.
A lot different than earlier this week when it was like 40s. I walked out the door and it was absolutely freezing compared to for this time of year. Right now we're holding steady in Ames at 59 degrees, a lot different than those 40 degree temperatures we had earlier in the week, Tuesday and Wednesday, with rain showers working their way through earlier in the week. Nothing like that today. We had those clouds push through. It is a 68 degree day in Kansas City right now. 52 degrees, a lot cooler in Billings though, and that cool air will be working its way into the Midwest following a front. I will let you know what else to expect coming up. Back to you, Lindsay.
And now it's time for tonight's weather story. On this date in 1899, unseasonably warm weather brought temperatures into the lower 90s in the southwestern half of Iowa. At Des Moines, a high of 91 made the latest date of the year on which 90 degrees has ever been reached at that location. Other reported high temperatures include 91 in Centerville, 92 in Carroll, and 93 in Clarinda. Oof, boy, it didn't seem to be that long when we were getting those temperatures. And now we turn to Caleb with a look at what's going on around the country.
Thanks, Lindsay. October is starting to make its presence felt in some parts of the country. I'll let you know where coming up.
Back. Now we are joined by Caleb with a look at what's happening around the nation.
Thanks, Lindsay. As we take a look at the current temperatures across the nation, we can definitely see a big contrast going on with mid to upper 80s going on for the southern plains and southeast, where we have the 40s and 50s in the northwest. As we zoom into the Midwest to start, we're pretty seasonable for this time of the year with low 60s here in Iowa, upper 60s going on into southern Missouri, and we can definitely see the extent of the cloud cover as we go further east into Illinois and Indianapolis, or Indiana, with those lower temperatures. As we go to the northeast, still pretty seasonable up here with 47 in Caribou, 55 in Albany, and 62 in Washington, D.C. Perfect weather for the Cubs-Nationals Game 5 tonight. Go Cubs, by the way, just to make that clear. As we head down to the southeast, very warm and humid for this time of year with 87 degrees in New Orleans, 89 in Houston, and 86 in Tampa. Very unseasonably mild in this part of the country. Zooming on over to the southwest, we have a scorching 93 degrees for Phoenix in October, whereas Flagstaff is only 67 degrees nearby. But we can definitely see the effects of the elevation as we go up to Salt Lake City and Elko with 57 and 54 degrees respectively up there. Moving north, we can definitely see the approach of next kind of winter storm going on in the northern mountains here with 45 in Missoula, 52 in Billings, and 52 also in Boise. But along the coast, we're staying a little bit more mild with 58 in Medford and 50 degrees in Portland next to those warmer waters. If we take a look at our current satellite picture, we can see the advance of the storm system that came through Iowa 2 days ago, moving its way through the Great Lakes region, bringing that cloud cover to Chicago and Toronto. Whereas we can definitely see this upper level disturbance heading into the northwestern part of the country towards Vancouver and Portland, bringing with us some rain showers and eventually some snow showers to the northern Rockies. Current watches and warnings, we have some frost advisories in the Northeast and New England, right around Boston and New York area, whereas we have some winter weather advisories in northern Montana and Idaho and Washington State, in advance of the next winter storm going to dump a few inches of snow up in those northern mountains. And of course we have some red flag warnings going through the Central Valley of California, bringing with it those very warm and dry conditions, fueling those wildfires that are persisting throughout the whole state this past week. As we take a closer look at California here, we can see this pink shade representing the red flag warnings, as I talked about, with some high surf advisories off the coast. To take a look at our model projection here of precipitation, we can see the advance of the storm system going through the upper Great Lakes and the remnants of that. As we progress throughout the day tomorrow, we can see the snowstorm building in Idaho and Montana, bringing with some mixed precipitation highlighted by the pink, but also some heavier snows in the dark blue. As we go through our Friday night into our day on Saturday, we can see the snow slowly progress into Wyoming, whereas we also have a cold front draping through Michigan, all the way through Iowa and into the central plains, bringing some potential severe weather and heavy downpours to the middle section of the country on Saturday. As we progress further into Saturday, it's going to be a wet, soggy day here in the northern plains and Midwest, and the snow starts to die down out west. Finally. And as we take a look at our severe weather outlook for this time of year, not too common. You see a slight risk issued by the Storm Prediction Center down in Norman, Oklahoma, for south central Iowa, north and northwest Missouri, and eastern parts of Kansas. This is primarily due to maybe a strong wind event and some isolated hail spots as well. So definitely something to keep in mind as you enjoy your Saturday in your early parts of the weekend. As we take a look at the forecast highs for tomorrow, we can definitely see evidence of a strong cold front going through the middle of the country with 80 degrees in Kansas City and only 60 for the high in Minneapolis. Again, we see the warmth prevailing all through the southern tier of the country with 90 in Dallas and Phoenix, and also that cold pool really taking grip in the northwest with 50 in Boise and only 52 degrees in Seattle. And as we advance here to the next slide, and to our travel city forecast, which is the one and only Nashville, Tennessee. Shout out to my sister Bethany. Happy birthday, Bethany, down there. Enjoy it. We're going to have a fairly nice day for your birthday tomorrow. It's 76, but a few storms are possible, with a warm weekend in store, and then pretty seasonable temperatures heading into early parts of next week in mostly sunny skies.
Thanks, Caleb. Now, let's take a look at tonight's trivia question. Other than 2017, when was the most recent year to have 10 hurricanes in a row? Was it A, 2004, B, 1981, C, 1934, or D, 1893? We'll have your answer coming right up, but first, let's have a look at the week ahead with Anthony.
Thanks, Lindsay. We have been having a roller coaster of a week with temperatures starting out in the 40s this week on Tuesday and Wednesday. You can see here for our headlines, we have spotty showers tonight and tomorrow. Those are going to push on into the weekend. We have a football game on Saturday. Looking like it's going to be rainy for those Cyclones as they take on Kansas, but we're hoping to pull out a win. Temperatures back to normal, and Saturday and Sunday, as Caleb mentioned, we might be needing to keep an eye out for some severe storms. We will let you know what to expect coming up. Welcome back. I'm meteorologist Anthony Baglione for your favorite nightly show, Size Eyes on the Skies. Temperatures across Iowa are holding steady at around the low 60s, 58 degrees in Waterloo, and it's a 59-degree day right now in Cedar Rapids, so that general trend is continuing across the state. We have our game on Saturday, as I mentioned. For tailgate, it's going to be 57 degrees with moderate rain. Not something you like to hear for a game day forecast, but still try and get out there and enjoy it. It'll be a fun game. The Cyclones coming back home after taking on Oklahoma, pulling out that win. So 62 degrees for game time with some storms. And as we move ahead here, we will check out what's coming up in the week ahead as we fast forward this slide. The game really, it's going to be rainy, as I said, but make sure to get out there. It's going to still be fun. Those Cyclones are coming back after a huge win over number 3 Oklahoma, cheering them on. And right now, this is a shot of a road outside. It's very light traffic out there. This is not usually my job, but I'll do it anyway. No traffic, no accidents out there right now. This guy is just making his way home. Okay, current conditions. Thank you. Here we go. 59 degrees right now in Ames with winds out of the southeast at 14. It's feeling like 59 degrees. That dew point is at 52. Really, when the dew point gets above 60, you start to feel it. So it is just a nice night out there after a very dreary couple days. Doppler radar, not much going on across the state. We are going to be working in some rain here on Saturday and Sunday. But as I mentioned, satellite radar Thursday. This is at 5:30, 6:30 as we fast forward the timestamp here. Some showers clearing out of the area with the low pressure system associated over Ohio. Nothing much happening though, with temperatures holding steady at 59 degrees in Ames, 65 in Sioux City, with a little bit warmer conditions across western Iowa, but overall a very comfortable night. With winds out of the southeast, as I mentioned, at 14 miles per hour in Ames, 13 in Fort Dodge. Not as breezy in Carroll, but still it's going to be a bit windy out there. With those clouds working through Thursday, and as we fast forward our timestamp, you can see these clouds are going to be working their way in here. And I know it's a bummer for the game on Saturday, but we're going to be having rain working its way in here. Maybe we'll get lucky, but at this point I don't really see it happening. We could even have some stronger storms. Down here in the south you see Omaha, Creston. It's showing a stronger cell right there in between those two cities, so we need to keep our eyes out. This is the FUTURECAST for going through Friday. That high pressure is going to be in here around Friday at 3 p.m., but then as we push this forward, a low pressure system is just going to kick that high pressure out of here and be dominating that area with rain, showers. Saturday at 6:30 a.m. for our game, it's going to be a little bit soggy, so make sure to pack the ponchos and the umbrellas out there. Forecast lows for tonight, a little bit cooler across the northwest, 54 degrees in Ames, but 44 in Spencer, a little bit cooler. Across the southeast, a little bit warmer at 64 in Burlington, but just you probably are going to want the heat or keep the windows closed tonight, as it's not going to be that it's not going to be permissible for opening the windows. Forecast highs for tomorrow are going to be holding steady around 60s and 70s, and it's going to be very comfortable. With tonight, 52 degrees with scattered showers early, working that rain back in here after a nice break this afternoon from those showers and cool conditions. Tomorrow, 63 degrees, mostly cloudy, and it's going to be another nice day to be out there walking to class, but just make sure to have the umbrella with you for this weekend as we get ready to take on Kansas in the game, as I mentioned. Game day forecast, moderate rain, 57 degrees and 62 at the game time with storms. Let's pull out another win, Cyclones. We got this after taking on a huge upset over Oklahoma. Extended forecast for us here at Iowa State and Ames. It's going to be 63 degrees on Friday with those showers and storms pushing in here, and 70 degrees on Saturday. Keep an eye out for some stronger storms, winds, and everything else, though, for the rest of the week, guys, is looking very nice. Back to you.
Thanks, Anthony. Let's take another look at tonight's trivia question. Other than 2017, when was the most recent year to have 10 hurricanes in a row? Is it A, 2004, B, 1981, C, 1934, or D, 1893? I don't know, guys. What do you think? Wide range of years here.
I'm thinking it might be A, 2004, just because in 2005 we had Hurricane Katrina and it got very active, so I'm leaning towards that.
Good thinking. Caleb?
I'm going to say about 1981. I feel like it's been a long time since we've had something like this go on.
And if we take a look at our Size Eyes trivia poll, our viewers tend to think it was rather recent, in 2004. Well, let's take a look and see what the actual answer is. And it is D, 1893, quite a long time ago.
I had a feeling it was that long. a long time, but not that long.
It has been an active year for hurricanes. I mean, honestly, with Harvey and Irma just working their way through, I haven't seen anything like it.
Don't forget Maria, Jose, all those other ones recently.
And even Ophelia right now, although it's not going to make landfall in the United States, it's still out there in the Atlantic.
Yeah, it's kind of just doing its own thing, spinning out there, and not affecting us really. But
who's excited about the snow potential though in the Northwest? I'm really starting to dig it a little bit. You know?
Build a snowman out there, Caleb? Are you that kind of guy?
Maybe another month or so.
Yeah.
But I'm starting to really enjoy this fall weather we're getting exposed to here.
I'll accept snow in November, but not October. It's too soon.
Not before Halloween.
Yeah, no, definitely not. Well, that concludes tonight's show. Please be sure to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. You can find every show on YouTube under our Size Eyes channel. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next week.